All right, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Time to get the day started. We got about 5 minutes until the market is open, and we are slightly red on the day, but overall flat. Red number, but we're only down like 6 points, so pretty much flat, up to 37.83 here on ES. Keep bumping up this 37.85, 37.90 level and reject it all night long. And on Bookmap, everything is pointed lower. There's a crap ton of liquidity all the way down to 3,700 and even under 3,700. So I don't expect all that much today. There's not really any catalysts except for the fact they're going to a long weekend. We might have a little de-hedging here or deleveraging. But I am bearish for the first couple of weeks of July, first and second week, maybe the first 10 days or so into July. But and today, going to a long weekend, I'm not really sure. OPEX was yesterday. A lot of crap came off. We couldn't really break through 3,800 very much. We got up to, 38.20, but we couldn't really finish the deal. So we'll see how that starts to play out today. I think today's going to be a very key day to be patient and look at the levels, play at the levels. And I mean at the levels. It doesn't mean 3 or 4 points above the levels. You have to be patient and wait. One of the reasons I'm so successful on scalping is because I'm patient enough to wait for the level to be touched. Then I take the trade. Jumping in 3 or 4 or 5 points before may put you in a continuous losing position situation. So just be very patient today. Play at the levels. If you're forming a trend channel like we had yesterday afternoon, wait until we touch the channel. Be patient. It'll get there. And if it doesn't, cool. You'll just get the next setup. No big deal. You don't have to trade every single position, every single move. All right, so new month. Obviously, that is some. There's going to be some questions with the memberships here. If you're on Patreon, you probably got charged today because today's July 1st. But I think this is going to be the last month I offer Patreon. After this month, I'm not going to allow memberships for August into the Patreon. We'll have to just transfer everything over to the website, just because I've given 2 months and I'm ready to start rolling out with a lot of the features that I want to roll out that I can't do on Patreon. So if you have any questions about that, let me know over the course of the next month, and we'll get that rolling. Do you only scalp a reverse off the level, or do you scalp breakthroughs? I do scalp breakthroughs. Breakthroughs are a little bit more risky than a reversal off of a level, because the breakouts can be reversed. Breakout can be a stop loss and then reversal, all that stuff. So you have to be a little bit more diligent on playing the breakouts. If we cancel on Patreon today, will we keep access the rest of the month? Yes, you will. So if you were charging on Patreon today, go ahead and cancel. That'll still get you your access for the entire month of July. It just won't let you re-up. But what I'm going to do is shut off the billing after, like in the last couple of days of July, I'll shut off the billing so you won't be rebilled on August, and then I'll get a big push to get everybody back on the website, get over to the website. It should be pretty quick. Make skate. Oh, thanks, Scarlett. Yeah, and we'll talk more and more about this over the course of July, but yeah. So we're right up to 37.83 here. Now, in terms of Tier 2, I will also be releasing all the new stuff that I've got for Tier 2. We've been brainstorming what can we offer for Tier 2. I've got a lot of good stuff, and I think one of them is going to be a customized live trading session, maybe daily, maybe twice a week, that's customized for scalping. And I'm not going to be typing out call it live plays, but what I'll do is I'll jump on stream for Tier 2, and we'll go over key moments on when I scalp, and I'll call out my exact entries and exits on scalping that's tailored for scalping, and I will only do it in an environment that's scalping. So if it's like a trend day, I won't necessarily do it, but if we have like a tight chop day where all I'm doing is scalping, we'll jump on and do that, and we'll have a dynamic discussion. So, well, it depends, heavy metal. It could be at my levels. It could be a dynamic level, which I plot to see where the market wants to bounce, supply and demand zone, wherever. Wherever I find a pattern in the market, I'm going to exploit it. And that's your job as a trader. And the SR levels just gives me a good indication of where the market's going to do that. And fortunately, the past week, the SR levels have been on point. I'm talking bouncing and rejecting down to this penny off of particular levels, which makes it very easy to scalp. So your job is to exploit the patterns in the market. And whether they are my SR levels or whatever, do it. Just make sure you formulate a plan and say, when the price action touches this level with this amount of volume and this price action, I'm taking a scalp. Anyway, there is the market open. Ding, ding, ding. Already to 37.90. And we're coming back up. I'm going to bring up SPX contracts, July 1st, of course, 3790 calls, and see if we can come on up here. Currently, no positions. I have no positions open, clean slate. I wanted to come in today at a new month with a very clean slate, so we'll see what happens. So we're already eating through 3790. We've got 3775 on ES here. Looks like 3800 is once again going to be our target. A lot of liquidity posted lower, all the way down to 3700. So we'll see what happens. We do have liquidity all the way up to 3800 and a little bit building above, but that's about it. That's about it. What's up, Stu? Welcome, welcome. Does Amazon still point lower? I haven't checked it this morning. Holy crap. Yeah, it still definitely points lower in a very, very large way. But yeah, all the way down to 100, it still points lower. So nice large green candles here, all the way up to the top. All right, big green candle, the 3792. I've got 3795. I'm going to bring up 3800s. Why not? 3800 calls, still pretty cheap, only 13 bucks. Still no positions yet, no entries. So I'm just going to let this thing shake out here. Relatively strong move there. That's about a 9-point candle, 7-point candle, immediately reversed so far. What's up, YouTube? How you doing? All right, Jaleel. I know what it's like to blow up an account. Trust me. So let me know. Let me know. Big old top wick. Look at that. Booyah. Asked once about not being limited on day trading when below 25K. Robinhood will not support options on a cash account. Well, you need to get yourself a new broker. Robinhood is god awful. E-Trade I know for sure does. The only two I've actually used Webull a little bit, and I believe you can do options on a cash account Webull, but it's been 2 years since I've used my Webull. So E-Trade and IBK are the two that I recommend. I actively trade in both of them. Look at that top wick reversal right there. So didn't quite get to 3,800 right there. Let's take a look around the markets. Apple's got a green candle. Amazon's green. Microsoft is red. XLF had a nice little red candle there. Coming on down. NASDAQ is down 0.45. ES is down 0.2. So there's a little bit of divergence there. But 37. All right, so we're back building. Right back up. Still no positions. Still no positions. You're thinking Apple closed around 133. That's a $4 move downward on Apple. That'd be considerable. It is possible, though. Let's take a look. What is Apple looking like on the old book map? They've got a lot at 130. 130 is the main level on Apple. So all the big tech stocks are definitely pointing lower. Nice run up again, eating up this candle once again. Nice large volume on ES. NASDAQ is climbing up here as well. I'm going to shake these out a little bit here. VIX is still hovering there. I'm going to come back to the ES. Microsoft is red. Microsoft is red, 37. Nice top wick red candle there. Microsoft is red and dropping. A lot of topics across Amazon and Apple. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Bam, 3782 reversed that candle nicely. Coming on down. Red candles across the board. XLF, Tech. Ooh, big drop in NASDAQ. Big drop in NASDAQ. NASDAQ's completely reversed that candle and dropped. 3780. What's the book map showing? Book map's got 3775 and 3800 still. But that was a big old reversal on NASDAQ. VIX went green and popped right there. All right, I'm scalping 3780s at the moment. 3780 puts through the 34 EMA. Watching the NASDAQ, if that breaks down, then it might be a pretty down day, at least down to the pre-market lows. Look at that. There we go. Smash candle right there. All right, there we go. So we broke through the 34. I've got the Microsoft just put in a new low. Apple, Amazon both down. I'm currently in the 3780 puts. Let's see if NASDAQ can take out the day's lows. It's coming on down. We got 3775, large level. We have got VIX popping up to 2865 again. So we'll see what happens. Nice little reversal candle on ES. Amazon top wicked red. Apple did. Microsoft is coming on down. Just scaled out of half my puts. I'm holding the rest of them. That was a 32%er right there. 37.73 below the bottom of the range. Manufacturing PMI in 25 minutes. We'll see what happens. All right, we've got 3770 on Bookmap here. They are building in lower. They've got 3730, that's lower, and 3700, substantially lower. All right, so we got another green right back up to the 34 EMA. Another big green candle. Look at that. Boom. Let's see where this thing is going to take us. So keep an eye on right here. Strong down candle, and now it's buying back up. We'll see if this holds. Volume has already dropped off here. My goal is today to work on scalping. I think it's a fantastic. I think today will be a good day to do such a thing. I think it'll be a good day. All right, currently closed out of everything and no positions. Are the plus signs at your support levels more significant? Yes, those are significant levels. Significant levels. Not seeing a lot of strength so far, though. We'll see where this comes out at. I'm going to move down to 3770 puts if I retake anything else, but all right, so what drove me to take that put right there was NASDAQ. NASDAQ had a lot of top wick, completely reversed, and we had this massive dump candle on NASDAQ, and down she went. Not to mention, Microsoft was red. Everything else was red as well. So I was watching a lot of that action right there, and it looks like we may even still continue to drop. NASDAQ is still red. We're bouncing off R1. We can't have any other growth right there. VIX is still sideways. NASDAQ still red. We got this level 3770. Amazon tanking. Amazon is dropping. Are you kidding me? I got to do this again. Freaking E-Trade. One of the problems I've been having with E-Trade the last 2 weeks, I'm just going to switch over to IBKR today, is I keep zeroing out my day trading buy power. I have to keep having to freaking do the live chat and get them to reset it. So in addition to my streaming, I'm having to chat with them. Oh man, I found if you trade futures during the day or the night, yeah, it does. That's one of the big problems with E-Trade, is that when you do all that. And I had 3 ES and 2 NASDAQ open at the same time and into the bell, and it freaking zeroed everything out. It doesn't matter. Even if I hold 1 ES contract, it zeroes my entire buying power out. Everything. And I can't even trade. So, all right, top wick here. We're at 3780. XLF is green and climbing. We've got liquidity at 3770, a little bit. Hey, they took off 3800. All liquidity is lower. So interesting. What about NASDAQ? NASDAQ liquidity, holy smokeroni, much, much lower. 11,362. Nice green candle, the top of the morning high of the day. So far, still choppy. Volume is already gone. All the morning opening volume is already gone. That's 10 minutes in. Van. Cheaper puts. I like your thought process there. All right, right back to the day's highs. Right back to the day's highs. Ooh, big green across the board. All right, taking a look at some calls here. That doesn't mean I'm jumping in them. I'm just saying I'm just going to bring up the calls. I'm going to play the data that's showing me, the trend data. Took out, I think that was a new high right there. Took out the day's highs. Everything is bouncing. XLF is going. It's going. I would have taken a call there, but I can't. I can't take any positions right now, so we'll see. XLF is popping new highs. We'll see if they can hurry come back and reset everything. I don't have my IBKR account open right now. What am I scalping? Am I looking for a dollar value or jump to percentage? I'm not looking at any percentages. I mean, it's nice to see, to see a number, but I want the market to tell me when to exit. So right there, I had puts. When I started to see the bottom wicks on NASDAQ, when I started to see the bottom wicks on tech, I closed out of the puts. There, that was the play right there. It's the only play. All right, so yeah, we're popping up the highs. XLF is rolling. Still can't take a position, but I would have taken calls. I actually tried to, but it gave me the you can't make a trade right now. Thanks. Sue. Couple of top wicks right there. All right. So, choppy day so far. I anticipate that to be that very thing. I like choppy days. As long as there's a defined range, I like choppy days. I could chop the crap out of it. Yesterday, I broke my 2022 record for the most amount of scalps in a single day. Ridiculous. I paid very well for E-Trade commissions and IBKR. VIX is red and dropping a lot. I'll have to go back and count how many. I'll give you a number by the end of the day, but there's a lot. And not one. I think I held the longest I held one. The longest position I held, they were mostly about 15 to 20 seconds, maybe 30-second trades. I'm sorry. Yeah, it should be up. The book map is up on YouTube, but I'll give you a couple of screenshots. I'll give you the NASDAQ because NASDAQ is very telling ATM at the moment. And let's do ES. ES, all liquidity is lower as well. No liquidity higher. Am I expecting downside? Yes, I am. I am expecting downside, mainly next week. Today, I don't really know. But I actually would love to see a very, very strong bull day today. I don't expect it, but I would love to see it just because I can get cheaper puts. I do think next week will be a little bit of downside. All right. Oh, man. So I'm seeing XLF is still green. You got to monitor that. And here I want to show you all this. This is what I'm looking at the moment. So my top left screen, my top left monitor is that. I've got the top three. I've got Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and then the bottom right is XLF. So I can monitor the financial sector, which is one of the bigger differences between the S&P and the Nasdaq, and I can monitor tech at the same time, the underlyings of tech, and that kind of gives me an indication of what's going to happen. If I see XLF raging like it is now, I want to be very cautious to take puts, because XLF, if XLF is raging, you're going to have a little bit more support with the SPY. Yeah, what do I mean by the liquidity is lower? So on Bookmap, it's posting all orders are lower, which in my thought process is bearish. Now they are starting to build up here a little bit more. These are still light levels. They're dark here because in and of itself, they're large compared to what's around them, but overall, those are light levels. So I'm not using stop losses. I'm just exiting and entering. By the time I'm in and out of a scalp, I don't have time to go in and set a stop. Unless it's a position that's kind of in between a day trade and a scalp. Here we are going. All right. So maybe I can trade futures here. You got AMD calls. Nice. So XLF is climbing up aggressively. June manufacturing PMI at 52.7. Large green candle to 38.06 and climbing. Large green across the board. Bam. I don't know. VIX coming off aggressively, and I'm seeing if I can trade some futures here. Yeah, I'm telling you, it would have been nice. That would have been printing. Thanks, E-Trade. Cost me a bunch of money. Nice, Hart. Well done. That's a nice gains. Nice gains. So they're putting in more liquidity lower or higher, 38.50, 38.37, but there's still some lower here. Good stuff. Nope, I never use market orders. I only use limit orders and never market. If you start doing market orders, you can automatically take 6% off your scalps if you're using market orders. Unless you happen to catch a huge trend, and then obviously that's fine. But either way, market orders never good. We'll take a look at Tesla Bookmap here. Everything's lower on Tesla as well. 650, 635, all down. All right, we're back up and running. Sweet. Let's see here. Yep, good to go. All right, so back in business here. Still no trades. And we have got a downside, a little red here. Bounced off 38. What was the highest we got there? We got the 38.10 down to 38.02, 38.03. A little bit of red on the top. Looks at all those candles here, and we're still hanging out. Damien with another 5.11%. Nicely done, nicely done. Am I still glad? Yes, I am, Sant. I'm just looking for a good entry here. I want to be very, timing is everything with that play. Timing is everything. So. So what I'm doing now is coming through and I'm plotting some trends. I'm trying to figure out trends. Where's this thing going? Where's this thing going? Looking at the 5-minute chart, looking at the 15-minute chart. We're about to finish our first 30-minute candle. We're not quite there yet, but right now everything has looked definitely bullish so far. And we're forming this little channel here. 50% on the SPY call. Nice, Z. Well done. All right, 38.10 and climbing. Calls are up. So I've got July 1st. I'm going to do 38.20 calls at the moment. Seeing if all right, Amazon is blasting. Amazon's climbing up high. Apple is as well. NASDAQ is climbing. I need to see the top. Very strong green action. Let's see if we can have a little breakout here. Everything else is climbing hard. So bouncing off R2, we're trying, let's see, the yesterday's highs is the first main dynamic target we want to look at. Yesterday's highs is, so this 38.2275 level is yesterday's highs. So let's see if we can break out of that. Amazon is climbing, XLF rounding over just a touch. And we've got liquidity hanging out at 38.20 right there. Amazon's still climbing. Apple is about to put in a new high of the day here. When you make this price action so bullish, but all liquidity is lower. Well, that's why I'm being very cautious, because when I've got data telling me lower, but we're still grinding higher, I mean, there's definitely some potential for reversal, all that kind of thing. But you got to be cautious. But right now, VIX is still dropping. The data, the market is telling me maybe some potential for some temporary highs here, but still got to be careful. XLF is coming off. Yeah, that next week could be for, yeah, it could be. We don't know when it is. That's the thing. So we have to do our analysis and don't completely rely on everything. NASDAQ's about to put in a new high of the day here, trying to grind up 15,860. Watch XLF here. If XLF bounces up, they got a bottom wick off that red candle. If they go higher with tech, I think we could at least touch 38.20. I think we could at least touch 38.20. VIX is still dropping here too. Amazon's really climbing. New high of the day on Amazon, going way up. Along with NASDAQ, just put in a new high of the day. Roblox is really strong. Nice. Nice. If we hit 38.20 today, do you think we'll reject it? In terms of bookmap, I mean, it all depends on what they want to do after we hit it. When we hit it, my eyes will go north on bookmap to see what are they going to do with that liquidity. Are they going to start strengthening 38, 40, 50, 65, 30, or are we going to reject it? Either way, my thesis for the day is still kind of choppy action. Even if we do have a choppy trend upwards, I'm still looking for some chop. So either way, I'm not playing a huge smash up. 38.20 plus we're 38.22 is yesterday's highs. Whenever we approach the high of the day for the prior session, usually that provides at least some resistance to the upside. All right, NASDAQ is putting a new high of the day here, and up we go, at least temporarily. Definitely up higher. Definitely climbing up high. All right, so the first test, immediately reversed. So the first test of the breakout, reversed, smashed and reversed. Top wick red on NASDAQ. XLE is still dropping? Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. All right, so we had a first attempt upwards, immediately smashed and reversed. So that's why I'm saying right there, like playing breakouts are a little more risky than playing rejections and pivots off of levels, especially on a chop day, because that right there, you go to play the breakout, and within seconds you reversed. $38.20 calls in the chamber, not taken. That's correct. That's correct. All right, so nice little top wick red rejection there off of, didn't quite get to 38.20. XLF rounding over, large red candles here on XLF. So let's take a look around the X's. XLK is red, V is red, XF is red. Look at XLY, they're dumping too. C, so all the X's just came in with a red candle. XLE is very, very bearish. Large red candle right there. $3,700 puts are only 30 cents. Yeah, that would pay, but that's 100 points down. Not a terrible play if you put on some, like literally like one contract, but whoa, whoa, that thing got reversed. We just had data released or something. We just had to have some data released. Something just happened. Did I miss a data point? What was supposed to come out right now? ISM data? Oh, that was right now. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. Wow. Wow. $57.7 versus 52.4. Big old green candle got top wicked. Man, look at this. This thing is shaking and baking all around. All right, XLF rounding over. Big old top wick red. A lot of shaking here, so be careful. Be careful. Let's see. Microsoft is coming back green. XLF is rounding over. Yeah, just be patient. Just be patient. So it came in at 53. Expected was 54. Last time was 56, so it's down. It's down. XLF is rounding over. Red. Apple's rounding. So I'm going to bring up 3,800 puts for the moment, for the time being. And we're dropping. Alrighty here. There's the red. All right, so the data came in. XLF is tanking right now. Big red candles on XLF. 3,800 puts. Dropping hard. All tech is dropping at the moment. $37.91 and dropping, coming down to the bottom of the range. All right, we've got XLF is 31.51. Look at the liquidity here on ES, 37.90, currently right there. Nice, Maga, well done. All right, watching the NASDAQ, watching the VIX. I've got red across the board on everything. Seeing where we go. Another bottom wick here. Still doesn't want to fall yet. A lot of liquidity at 37.90. They're putting on 37.70, 37.40, but they don't really want to move it just yet. Just yet. Yeah, still very bad data here, but it's still very early. A lot of volatility. A lot of volatility. Just wait for the morning shakeout here. If this does fall, though, man, Bookmap huge for the win because they saw all that liquidity lower today and they knew the data. So if this does fall, I'm curious to see if it does. What happens here? 37.95. Watching everything. Watching everything. New, bam. Broke the low at the scalp in 3,800s. Wow. Yeah. Coming on down. There's the 34 EMA. They're putting liquidity lower. You got 37.70 now, just got put on. Could be a big deal here. We'll see. We'll see. Bottom wick candle through the 34. Let's see if we can take out the 34. Nasdaq's still dropping. VIX isn't moving so far. That's correct. Amazon's not falling. In fact, it's about to flip green. Apple is falling. Microsoft is falling. XLF is falling. And we are just hanging out. VIX ain't moving at all. It's like frozen. Bounce right off the 34. Still buyers here. Amazon is flipping green and about to go high. $3,800s. $3,800s. And Nasdaq is green. Nasty price action. This is dangerous price action. A lot of volatility here. The data is negative. Data is very bearish, yet the bulls are still here. The bulls are still here. Nasdaq is going back up to the highs. VIX is red and falling. TLT, huge spike in TLT. So rotation out of the bonds or into the bonds, which is bearish if this plays out. But the bulls still didn't want to let this thing go. The bulls still don't want to let it go. Calls for after the holiday? No, I'm more inclined to take 35.50 puts for next week. Is XLE still dropping? Man, XLE is the bottom fell out of XLE. Cray cray. $37.93 off of the 34 EMA here. Sellers flushed us down to $37.92 and can't take us down lower so far. Hold on a second. I don't want to come off this one just yet. I want to make sure I'm monitoring the stuff. They're putting on liquidity lower at 37.70, and they just bolstered 37.40. Careful. Careful, careful, careful. XLF is still dropping. All right. Puts on Amazon. They're pretty strong at the moment. They're not being faded at all by this stuff. $35.50 puts for SPX. For SPY, I would say, you know, roughly $3.55. I have to do the math, but flip candle green, bottom with green. Amazon's still going up, still going to highs. Apple's bouncing here. It's all right, Evian. Ain't nothing wrong with posting losses. Helps us learn. Let's take a look at Amazon now that we're kind of fizzling out here. Amazon's got a little liquidity higher. The big stuff is lower. Much, much lower. The huge stuff, but we'll see. Thoughts on Apple scalp if it goes to 138? I don't know. I'm seeing this. Obviously, we're pinned here. Overall, I'm not seeing a lot of bearishness or bullishness. Obviously, these past four candles are bears, but we're still in a tight range here. We're still in a tight range. It doesn't want to come up. It doesn't want to come down. Amazon is about to go for high of the days. It's going. Man, Amazon's still going up. XLF is dropping considerably. Straight down in XLF. The London markets are split, or the Euro markets. Germans are up, and UK is pretty much even, but basically red, barely red. Took 50% on puts. Nice. All right, there's a bottom wick or top wick red. There we go. A little more flusheroni. A little more flusheroni. Little more flusheroni. All right, there's VWAP on ES. Let's see. All right, so they took that out. XLF has just put in a huge red candle. Let's see if they could take out lows of the day. Come on down. 37.81 and dropping 45%. 37.80.25. That's what I want to see, baby. 37.77.50. That was annoying. That's the part about scalping that sucks, is you have to sit through those couple of candles of fluctuations. Now VIX is popping here. Excellent. You have to sit through. XLF is about to put a new low of the day. If Amazon can drop and hang with Apple and Microsoft, man, it's we'll put in. We might test 37.60. 37.70 is next liquidity though. I got 58% on these puts. Watch out for 37.70 next liquidity. Nice. Boom. Boom goes a dynamite. All right, still selling off there under 37.77. Then dropping. XLF 31.31. Watching NASDAQ, watching the VIX. We have all this liquidity at 37. I need to put a little screenshot for y'all here. There you go. All right, so I'm going to look at taking profits here on this particular one, just in case we get a bounce off of the open. We're right back to the open. Amazon still ain't moving. Amazon's like, y'all do what you want. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. NASDAQ still putting a low here. Watch out for 37.70. If we could take out, I mean, look, they're putting a crap way down today. Way down lower. Can this be a trend down day? That's the key. Nice, Darwin. You can put in 140% on the day. We can't really break through at the moment. Amazon needs to come off. In fact, I might even take some. I think Amazon puts might be a decent play here. I'm going to test one out. All right, I jumped in Amazon puts 107.5. The river, 71 cents. Seeing if that can come on down. I'm in Amazon puts, just to see if it can come off a little bit. All right, new low of the day on SPY and ES. Breached R1, coming down to S2. Can we throw it through the 50 simple moving average? I might take some profit here on this scalp. In fact, there is. I'm going to take 33.60. I'm going to put in a small order for 33.60. Couldn't get it. There's a big green candle across the board. Top wick in this candle. I've got 32.65, 32.90. All right, took some profit there at 32.30. So yeah, Came down to the low of the day and bounced up. Done for the day. Man, nicely done, SPY guy, 119%. So that was that liquidity at 37.70 we're bouncing off of now. We're grinding right on top of it. Next stop is 37.30 if we can break this, but it's going to take a little bit of gumption by the sellers to get through here. Yeah, I'm just doing a scalp on Amazon. I think Amazon's pretty elevated considering the market conditions. I think I can get at least a couple of bucks out of this thing. So I'm in at 71 cents. Let's see what can happen. Green candles here on ES. 6 for 6. Nice Asian wizard. Asian wizard. Top wick on the green. All right, my puts are green here. Let's see if we can come on down. Top wick candle right there on Amazon. Let's go, baby. Things are happening quick. I'll post all the screenshots later once things kind of fizzle out here. But let's do this. Y'all should have got a better entry than me on Amazon because that bounced right after I took them. Close Amazon, put 21%. Nice. Nice. All right, can we break the 50 simple average? Can we break through 37.70 and really fall? All right, Amazon's finally starting to join the party. We've got a couple of red candles here, sold off that green, and down we go. New low of the day. Can we take out pre-market lows? Watch out for pre-market lows. Pre-market lows are 37.44. Big down flushing candle. 100%, 100%. 102% on these positions. What a beautiful, beautiful play. Holy crap-a-roni. Amazon puts are up very nice right now. Very nice right now. All right, I closed out a little bit more of the SPY puts at 100 and something percent. I don't even know. And I'm holding the rest right now. So we'll see what happens. We got 37.30 to the downside. Now, what I don't want to do here, because things are up, things are getting very bearish for the moment, for the time being. What I don't want to do here is get reversed on a stupid bounce play, thinking that, hey, things are heading down, and all of a sudden we bounce. We go right back up to 38.20, and I give back all my gains. So I went with the 107.5 puts. Everything is bouncing right now, at least for a small green. The Amazon play turned my red day into a green day. Nice, positively positive. That's positively awesome. Well done. $5% scalp on the account, turned 5% on the whole portfolio. Nice, Ross. Amazing. Amazing. All right, let's take a look here at the old BM. So I closed out some of those puts there at 100%. I'm not sure where this is going to go at the moment. We just bounced off the first little pivot. We bounced almost off S2. If you notice, S2 is a considerable level. We didn't quite get there within 30 cents of it, and we bounced. So strong level. That's where we bounced off a few times in the post-market and pre-market. The prior day's lows is below here, and overnight lows is below here too. All right, top wick flipped red. If we can take out this level, then things can get hairy, and we can really start rolling. They just removed 37.60. We got 37.30, 3,700 on down. I'm going to bring up additional puts, and this time I'm going to go with 37.40. No, that's a little too far. No, it's not. That's good. 20 points out. I'm going to go 37.40 puts. For today, no entry so far. Sweet. My weapon just shipped. How strong is S2? S2 is strong. Super strong. Am I still bearish? Yes, I am. All right. Coming on down, baby. Coming on down. Can I get a flusheroni on Amazon? That's what I need. So Amazon's got 108 and they've got 106 today. If I can get to 106, it'd be a pretty good day. Pretty good day, but I need the action. Still, bulls are still defending right here. XLF red, Apple red, or now green, barely green. Got 2 green candles in a row on the 3-minute forming. A little bit of green. Might have a little LRS coming in. All right, got him. All right, where are we going next? What y'all think? What y'all think? So I'm trying to be very I would say one of my weakest plays in my system is the identifying the immediate nature of a reversal, especially when I'm looking for downside. So I don't want to get hyped up here looking for 37.40, and then the market kind of gives me the finger, and 10 minutes later we're at 38.30, and I'm sitting here going womp 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 womp. So I wanted to monitor the book map here. I wanted to monitor the order flow. I want to monitor the other charts to really catch this. So, and be ready. Right now, we can't really breach through S2. We got a couple of red. That candle almost flipped red, but now they're filling it back up green. So yeah. That was the V reversal yesterday. And that's the thing. Yesterday, I was even looking for the V reversal. I even said, I am catching this V reversal because I knew it was coming, but it happened quicker than I thought. I thought it was going to happen somewhere around lunch, and it happened very, very soon. And it caught me off guard. All right, so a little bit of green. Looks like we're coming up to the old Lee Rat special, potentially. They got liquidity at 37.80, and then 37.30. I'm looking at the old NAS. NAS has got 11.362. 11.362 is another 120 points down for NAS, which sounds like a lot, but we all know that the NASDAQ can make that up in no time. That's not like 100 points on ES is what I mean. What do I need, though? XLF just put in a new low of the day. What I need is Amazon to get a case of the flusheronis. I think Amazon's hungry. Hopefully, he can warm up some flusheroni for lunch. And if they could do that, then this could turn into a very phenomenal day. But you see how quick the market shifts? You see how quick things go from bullish, everyone, let's go to 38.50, and then bam, now we're looking at 37.30, 20 minutes later. And you have to be able to play on your toes. Rope-a-dope. Rope-a-dope. All right. There's a top wick. There you go, Amazon. That's what I'm looking for. 107.10. Just put in a new low on Amazon, at least for the morning. Apple's dropping like it's hot. And then SPY just put in a new low. Come down to S2. Can we touch an S2 is what I'm looking for. I'm up heavily on the Amazon puts already. Heavily. I'm back over 100% on my 3800 puts. What sucks is I had an open order sitting at 3800 to close out some longs I had for ES, and when we hit 3800 I filled, and I quickly closed it very, very quickly for like a 1-point loss, which now would have been another amazing play. Obviously, that wasn't my intent, so I'm happy I didn't hold it, but you know what I mean. Amazon is drilling through the floor like a jabroni that it is. All right, I've got over 50% on my Amazon play. Coming up on a hundy if I can get another downflow. I've got 110% on my puts, on my SPX puts, and we just put in an XLF to put in a new low of the day. Everything is dropping. So main goal here, look at NASDAQ. And my goal is to keep us in these plays here as long as practically possible without giving back stupid gains. Take a look here. And there's a little bounce right there. So we need the algos to turn on. We need the algos to turn on and drop it. And then we'll get the true flush down to 3730 if that is in the cards today. 3700 is a big level. That would be beyond a phenomenal event. But yeah, if I can hold these puts from the high to the 3700, that would be 600-700% at least. So 3766. No, I didn't close Amazon. I'm looking at Amazon to go to 106. If I can get Amazon to 106, that would be probably 150, maybe 200% on that play, which would be amazing. XLF still dropping, please. About to have me some liquid egg whites. Yeah, buddy. All right, so that's another bounce down, almost down to the penny off of pre-market chop area. So this 3763 is a decent level, which is right at S2. S2 is bouncing again. Yeah, that was, look at the date. Look at the date. The date and time, that was yesterday. All my callouts today have been verbal on the stream, not typing out. So, another thought to consider, it's a long weekend. You think big money could take risk off? Potential, they could take risk off. Watching around here, I got a little bit of green coming across on the 3-minute charts. We put in a new low of the day. We're bouncing off of a S2 level, which is significant. If we could take that out, the next stop is S4. S4 is the next considerable level, which is that'll be a little bit below the 3725, 3730 level. So, very curious where we're going today. I didn't expect this much volatility today. Not gonna lie, but I love it. I love it. All right, another red candle here coming across. Nope, I didn't. But I will if we start breaking down here. I might start scalping. What I might start doing is using, if we can cap below S3 here, S2, I think what I'll do is I'll keep the open position as my main position, and I will start scalping additional puts in and out. I won't hold those very long, but that's a pretty decent volume bounce off of S2 right there. Bottom wick. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? See these orders coming in here on Bookmap, the 3760. They're trying to figure out where to go from here. But they're not putting on anything above. So if anyone catches any large levels coming in above on Bookmap, then we need to know about that. Just so we don't get waylaid on a bounce. All right. We need to take out S3. We're bouncing off S2. I'm sorry, S2. We're bouncing off S2 right now. NASDAQ just put in a new low of the day. During the trading session, at least. All right, new low right there. Finally breached S2 by a penny, I think. Nope, we bounced right off of it. Down to the penny. NASDAQ is finally dropping again. Amazon is still being a turd. But we're coming. We're coming on down. Coming on down. There's a candle I'm looking for. All right. So 3760 is a little bit of a level, still light. and they're putting on lower. Flusheroni across the board. I got 126% on SPX. Amazon just does not want to fall. A lot of buying coming in on Amazon. Not buying, I should say. I should say just support on 106. So 106 at 90, 107. Amazon does not want to fall. If we can get Amazon to drop with everything else, Amazon's the only green name in the top 8, top 10. If we can get that thing to come on down, that would be a phenomenal win. Phenomenal. So VIX just took out the pivot, 28.78, and now we're down filling through S2. I got 130% on puts. I should have took puts on Tesla is what I should have done, not Amazon, although this is paying nicely. This is paying nicely. Amazon don't want to fall. All right, I'm going to start taking some profit on this Amazon just because it's being a turd. 110, I'm going to take a lot right here. Filled, 110. $38.65s. 37.65s or 38.65s? I would assume 37.65s. That's a dumb question. My bad. All right. NASDAQ is still red and dropping. So what am I going to do? I'm going to bring up 37.30 puts right now, $5.50. So next time we have any kind of green, I'll be looking for an entry to the downside if we can even get it. But, ooh, another downfill candle. Like it. Like it. Are you good? I'm up 137% on these puts, now 140 and 135 and still dropping. Another bottom wick. So it don't want to fall. I don't like to see it. Nice. Did I buy in the money Amazon puts? No, they were outside the money at the time. Now they're in the money. But at the time they were OTM. OTM. Watching VIX still green climbing, 28.75. We had a little smash candle right there. That was a weird place for that thing to bottom wick. That just must be a rogue order. So now that we have a hammer, I was seeing if the volume kicks in, and I'm seeing for the next candle. What happens? How does this candle close? And then I'm watching the next candle. Amazon, large green, still don't want to fall. I'm very surprised that Amazon's holding up this well. It's literally almost up an entire point. Everything else is getting destroyed. Port is up 12% on the day. Nice. What ladder? What price? What do you got? I'm not seeing the ladder. The one that what I call a ladder. I mean, you very well could be. So Amazon has got no liquidity right here. We're just kind of hanging out at 106, 107. We got 105, 106 is below us. Major level of 102, and then a major level of 100. Huge level of 100. But it is like, hey, screw you guys, I'm going home. V recovery soon? Maybe. I'm being very careful here. This is where they get us. They get us dangling that carrot lower, and then they bounce us. Oh, you're welcome, Fremont. Thanks for being here. Yep, 583 people watching. If you wouldn't mind, hit that like button. Helps the community grow a little bit. Get some visibility out there. Get people learn how to do this properly, accurately, consistently. Over 350% account gain. And not once did I take a trade that was more than 10% of my balance. Just in 2022. XLF is in free fall. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, new low right there on ES. Booyakasha. 145% and falling. Come on, baby. I'm almost up. I've got, what, an 80% on these puts on Amazon. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions. It is the new month here, so we're kicking off a lot of cool changes to the Tier 2, or I would say additions, not changes. Everything's staying the same. We're just adding more content. So, yeah. Be on the lookout for a lot of Tier 2 coming up here. We're going to be a little more interactive, a little more educational, a little more hands-on. My goal is to take my brain out and set it on the table and let y'all examine it. How I do this. So at the end of the day, what I'm doing is I just bought 2 weapons. And I'm going to buy a third, and I'm taking money this afternoon. What I'm going to do is take a certain amount of money out of the account, transition to my bank account. Free guns. Free guns, baby. This is your brain on options. Absolutely. Just from this week's game. Yesterday, for me, was a very difficult day, but very profitable. It was profitable, but the end of that last run up at the end made the day hugely profitable. Hugely profitable. There we go. 150% on puts, and man, this is nice. Amazon still ain't falling. XLF is drilling through the floor. New low of the day on ES coming on down. I got 152%. I might take another couple of contracts off here just because I want to avoid the bounce. All right, scaled out a little more at 30. I'm sorry, 50. $50 a contract. My entry was 1975, by the way. We're at 156. How do we know what Tasty Work tastes like? I've never used Tasty Work. Yeah, the 10:05 reversal, that was skewed because we had data come out at 10 o'clock. So, I mean, come on. That's not fair. That's not fair. All right, took some at $50. What caliber in bolt for your bolt gun? I've got a 6.5 Creedmoor by Seekins Precision. By the way, if you've never heard of Seekins Precisions, and you are someone who likes firearms, I'd highly recommend it. One of the best weapons I ever shot. They are match grade weapons out of the box. Amazing. All right, Topwick Red coming on down here. And ES is continuing to drop. And Amazon still ain't dropping, just kind of hanging out. XLF green. The 100 puts are a cent. What's the strike on those? I might actually start playing a long dated strike on Amazon 100 puts. I think we're going there. 37.55 off S3. So we finally took out S2 after a while hanging out there. XLF big green. What are the bonds doing? Bonds skyrocketed. Now they're coming off. Anybody got the hero indicator up? I want to see what the deltas are doing. I have a sequence in 308, much better. Yeah, I've got a sequence in 6.5. Any theories on why there's a shortage on pilots? Probably the corona. They laid off a ton of pilots. They laid them off. They offered them severance packages, and they furloughed them after the coronavirus. Because I work with a lot of airline pilots on the like they're military pilots, and on their day job they're airline pilots. And yeah, now they're all starting to flood back to the airlines because they're rehiring again. But now there's a huge shortage because they're all playing options. Yeah, jabronis. Why is it so hard to hire them back? Because they got either severance packages or they got the taste of life without having to travel all the time, and they like it. He likes it, Mikey. All right, so green candles all around here. I think I'm going to go ahead and close out these puts and look for a re-entry. Let's see if we get a little LRS. I'm going to give it, if we go above the 8, I'm closing out everything, including the Amazon puts. If we go above the 8 EMA. Isn't it funny? Roy's the chat. Sold those puts for 70%. Nice, Dat. Nice. So all that 3,700 liquidity is now gone. That is true. It got pulled. So interesting. Did they add anything upstairs? That's what we're looking at. Let's look upstairs. I don't see anything. No. Negative. Negative Ghost Rider. Nice 40% on Amazon. Amazon calls? You got 40% on Amazon calls or puts? Check out Black Ops Defense. I'll take a look. Never heard of them. And HK, yeah, those are awesome. Top Wick Red, love to see it. Sellers are still here. I was starting to get a little antsy getting up next to the 8 EMA here. Out of that OM, the Amazon put got 60%. Well done, Mitchell. Well done. Trust the LRS. Trust the LRS. Love it. When do I start getting my Telegram spammers on Twitter? Every time I interact with a someone's tweet that's of a high profile, a couple 100,000 followers, I immediately get a follow request or a link for their spammers Telegram. Like they'll take their portfolio and like duplicate it and then put a Telegram. So I don't think I've made it until I have one of those. Am I in any plays? Yes. I'm currently holding Amazon puts and 3,800 puts on SPX. The 3,800 put is up over 100%, 114% at the moment. They got as high as 150, but this little bounce is kind of getting them out. So I don't see too much strength right now, so I'm not really spooked out just yet. But if we go any higher, I'll close and then I'll look for a re-entry if we fall back down. But the sellers are still present. I have a CZ as well. I don't have a shadow. I've got a CZ SP01, 75 SP01. Fantastic weapon, but it's solid steel, so it's pretty heavy. And it holds 20 plus 1, so it's heavy weapon. You ever tried trading without any indicators? I have. In fact, last fall, I tried to, just to show you how accurate my levels are and how much I rely on them, is I went an entire day and I shut off all my indicators except for the SR levels. I had nothing. No EMAs, no nothing. And it worked out well. Worked out very well. Made a lot of money. All right, Amazon with a little reversal Roni. Love to see it. Doing very well. Yeah, we could talk guns and hobbies. I know people don't want to talk about that stuff. So. Yep, I'm still posting the trade channels, but that one broke down pretty quick because of the data. and I didn't have time to go post it live. People would have got in late, although it would have worked out now. But all right, reverse that red candle now through the 8, and if this candle closes here, I'm closing out my puts, and I'll build lower. I've got the order form up. Let's see where this thing closes. XLF is bouncing 3 green candles in a row, and I'm closing it. All right, closed completely out of 3800s. 4010 was my fill. Hey, that was a good fill. I wasn't even trying to go for that one. I was trying to go for 3980, and I got 4010. All right, completely out of 3,800 puts. Everything was, most of my exits were over 100%. I had a few below that was profit that I scaled out. Most of my exits were over 100%. Highest I think I got was 134, 140. Still holding the Amazon puts. That's my only position right now, and I will do the same exit on those. XLF is having a pretty strong bounce here. Now I'm going to bring up the order form for Amazon puts, and I'm going to go ahead and close those out too. All right, out of Amazon. No positions right now. But I'm going to bring up the new options chain. I'm going to bring up 37. Where are we at now? 3767. I'm going to bring up 3750 puts right now and look for a re-entry, possibly off of the 34. When we get to the 34, I'm going to take another put. They pulled 3700 liquidity. They still have 3730. Yes, I'll post them all. I got red candle again on XLF. All right, there's a rejection off the 21. Couldn't quite get down to the 34 EMA. But, yeah. Big red on XLF. We're just hanging out. Hanging out. I was looking for the 34 rejection. We didn't quite get there. We got just under the 21, and looks like we're going to make another trip back down. Looks good. All right, so red across the board. We got red on NASDAQ. We got red on ES, NASDAQ. Nice little reversal. Do I have a video explaining how I calculate SR levels? I do. I've got 2 different videos. There's still a couple of things I need to include, which I could either make another video. I'll probably save that for the Tier 2 members to really dig into how to do this stuff. The couple of different data points and how I make it very accurate. All right, nice little reversal off the 21. Scalping 3750 puts right now. We've got 3760 Amazon came on down. That was a great win on Amazon. We'll see how that happens there. I'll look for a re-entry on Amazon too if that can start breaking down, but they had a lot of buy-ups there. $37.61. 37. 375 if you're going to go SPY, give or take. I'll have to do the calculation. But all right, so they got 3750 they just put on. They also put on 3770. There we go. Down flush candle. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Man, that was a well-executed play. All right, so Amazon's down here on red. XLF is green and falling. Watch out for 3750. They put on more at 3745 as well. Is XLRE ever on my radar? No, not really. It's so low liquidity and it's such a small part of SPY that I rarely pay very much attention to it. I probably should, but I don't. All right, bottom wick, red or green. And they flip that candle. See what happens? I pat myself on the back and look what happens. They bounce it. They bounce it. $30K, $37K on Amazon 105 0Ds. All right, I like it. I like it. I may take another Amazon put here. Just a 3750 scalp. Do I use the Fibonacci 50 and 61? I don't. I use the 50 for the long-term stuff, but I don't use it for the day trade and stuff. Amazon bounced heavily. Apple's going higher here. Where are we going? Maybe they are going to get the 34 bounce. Trying to figure out where we're going. 3770 is current liquidity, which we are at now. All right, so 37.7 liquidity now. Looks like we're going to test that and possibly pop maybe a little higher. Not seeing too much strength around the markets here. Correct, Cairo. Does Bookmap show a ladder being formed? I don't see a ladder just yet. I don't see a ladder just yet. I've got a little liquidity all over the place. Definitely lower, but I don't see any ladders, what I love to see. The ladders turn things up a notch. 3750 now, they just put back on. Trying to figure out where we go. Where we go. All right. Another red, another rejection off of just under the 21. Can't quite get lower here. We are now coming up on 11 o'clock. We have 30 minutes until the Euro market closes. My entry on these was 921. 921 on the 3750s. So they're currently 940, and I'm about to exit them. These are my runners. I did. Yeah, I did see that 3700 got pulled. Yeah, they took that off at about 10:45. They took that off. It's a little green off of the 8. Apple just broke out the swing high. Ooh, big green. Closed out my puts Right there. Big green. VIX is drilling. See, they're going to V recover this thing. 37.8, there's no liquidity higher. Closed out puts. The runners took a beating right there. I think I took a 25% loss on those runners, but overall the position is positive. Put, America. So 37.75 off the 34 EMA. I know, Lee Rat. I know. Dang V recovery. That was a very large bottom wick green candle on increased buy volume. So I'm very cautious to take puts here, which makes this an interesting situation here because this sets up an opportunity to miss a play because you have a strong bull candle. So I'm waiting for the follow on, which if it's a large candle in of itself and we come back off, I'll miss a put entry, and if we blast up, I'll miss a call entry. So Zuck is warning of layoffs. What are they doing today? Yeah, Meta's down big. So looking at the options chain here. What, long MES, Lee Rat? Nice. Nice. Amazon's red. So back in the chop phase. Next move might not be until another 30 minutes when we've got the Euro market. I'm going to go on mute real quick and scarf down my eggs. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Just hanging out. So, big green on Amazon. Big old green candle on Amazon. $37.75 is main liquidity. There's still pretty much light stuff all around. Remember, the bond market does close early today, which might remove some activity in the markets. So, yeah. And big green. Big green candles. Right up to the prior little swing up to the 34 EMA. We do finally get our 34 EMA touch and reject it. What's up, Bob? Where's the bottom in this market? Overall or today? Today, we very well could have seen the bottom today. So, overall, I don't know. Do I ever use the hero indicator? It's gonna be a bigger part. In fact, I've got a meeting on Wednesday with Spot Gamma. So we're gonna be implementing more and more of the hero indicator into the system, in addition to the book map. Fantastic tools. I think the hero indicator can give us a good overall insight. We have any lurkers in here? What lurkers we have in here? We haven't heard from the lurkers in a while. If you're a lurker, perk up a little bit. Talk. What you got? Let us know what's going on. Lurking. You're lurking today. Nice, man. Lurker here, scalping the ES. Nice, Austin. Big green candles up through VWAP. Nice green on Amazon. And for once, I closed my puts at the bottom. Holy smokes-a-roni. Holy smokes-a-roni. I love it. Big green candles through the VWAP. Here's the VWAP test. Nice. Nice. All right. Large green candles all around. VIX is coming off nicely. It's lurking here, sweating a Google scalp to turn into a long this week. That ain't no fun. I hate when that happens. Just joined Tier 1 yesterday. Oh, nice, Higgy. Welcome, welcome. Lurking, how do you get the ES on DX feed? Yeah, so when I go in here, I click the little add button. Right here. Where'd it go? All right, it's not showing up on the screen. Yeah, so I click the add button, brings up this DX feed, and you type in the ESU22. So actually, you have to do the /. There you go. You type in / ESU22, and you get that right there. I use the September futures. September. So we had one very large green candle, and immediately it's being reversed. So that's a rejection off the VWAP. Liquidity-wise, they're put on a little bit at 38.75, but they still have 37.25. So that's the stuff that makes it, that's the difficult stuff there. You get a very nice gain, and it reverses so quickly you can't take a gain on it. You can't take profits. So unless you have pre-limit set, it's hard to take profits on those type of candles. But that's a bearish response to a very bullish candle on increased buy volume. So if this candle gets sold on that kind of buy volume, that is no bueno for bulls. Waiting for me to start crunching ice. Does anybody have an ice maker? Like, I see that they make those ice makers you set on your countertop that's like the small ice. I wonder if anyone has one. I'd love to have it. But they're like $600. I ain't buying a $600 thing just for ice. Nice. The solid, yeah, that's what I want. The pellet, the sonic pellet ice. That'd be amazing. I don't like this. Yeah, I don't like the hollow ice. That's jabroni ice. Isn't that called a fridge? Yeah, yeah. Nice, Matthew. Yeah, yeah. All right. I think this is the V recovery. I think it's a V recovery. Looks like it. XLF is gaining back up here. We have 18 minutes until UK. What are they doing? They're doing the same thing we're doing. German market's going higher too. It is the same thing. Yep. Yep. $600 tabletop ice cream maker. That'd be delicious. I love doing some homemade ice cream. Did Trader J get the V recovery call? I mean, as many times as this dang thing recovers, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But we'll see. I'm not calling this a V recovery yet. If we get back up to like 38.10, I'll call that a V recovery. Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda. XLF still going higher. Right now, we're just kind of grinding up against VWAP, just under R1. VIX is still red. No plays. No plays. Yeah, S3 was, look at that, man. Look at the S3 bounce. Down to the penny off S3. Down to the penny. Did I show you the new car? The Tesla? I think you did, yeah. I don't know if I saw any real pictures of it, new pictures, but yeah, let's see it. Let's see it. Do I plan on taking any leaps? No, I don't really like taking, I don't like really playing leaps. The closest thing I'll take is the SPX put we're looking at. Bookmap's got immediate level of 108.5. They've got some levels close above, but the big level, this is what I'm looking at. Right here. Huge level of 100. So the level on NASDAQ still has 11,350. There's nothing above on that. But we going. We going. How's your thesis for the swing puts? Still very intact, very much intact. I think next week we're going down. I think we're going down. All right, Lee Rat. I know we tried, but I missed it again. Yeah, it is public, Jared. It is public. Bruh. Not yet. No swing puts yet. I'm not taking puts here. This is way too strong. Way too strong. VIX is still falling. We spent one candle in that demand zone. We bounced right off S3 and complete V. We didn't consolidate. Nothing. Just bounced. So that's why I'm looking at calls. Definitely. Amazon is almost completely recovered, and we are already above the open, and we only got 20 more points. All right, I'm taking calls. I'm not going to sit here and watch this thing go all the way back up. So VIX is to the low of the day. V recovery over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. But this time, at least I closed out my puts, so I'll take it. Let's see, July 1st. Let's take a look at, if I did enter, it would probably be 3,800s, because I think that's where we would go. They just put 3,800 back on. They took off a lot of 37.25, so they are removing stuff to the downside. But if the VIX puts in a low of the day, we'll probably go back up to the day's highs. Yeah, see, it's impossible. It's impossible for us to have a trend day now. The volume is so low that even a little bit of response by the counterparty, V recovery, every day, V recovery, V recovery. So we got 37.83.75. Yeah. What's the indicator call for the SR levels? That is the support and resistance lines. Bob Lablaw or Bob blah blah created that level for us, that indicator for us. The market is open all day. The bond market closes early. The bond market closes roughly, I think, 2 o'clock Eastern is when it closes. Yeah, 2 o'clock Eastern. No, I'm not anything right now. You got to be careful right here. VIX is at the low of the day, 27.80. So watching for the VIX to pivot off this particular level. If we go above here, then I'll take some calls at 3,800. I said I wanted to take calls here. Yeah, I think the volatility will come off a little bit when that bond market closes. It's going to take a lot of activity out of the market, although we'll still be open. So we'll see. We'll see. 10:30 or 11:30 Eastern time. So, which is in 9 minutes. Yeah, the UK market closes in 9 minutes. Well, I can't really complain. I've got 150% almost on puts, and then 60-something% on Amazon puts. I just missed the V. I'll take it. Yeah. I should have done what I did yesterday. Take a call, let it go all the way down to minus 98%, negative 98%, and then just play puts all the way down, pay for the trade, and when that V recovers, the call comes back. There you go, double money. Don't do that. I'm just joking. Or just take calls after. Yeah, I'm just joking. Jabroni. But that is what I did yesterday afternoon, but it's not something I would do often. Yeah, yeah. Scalping it out of a strangle. What's Twitter doing? I haven't been on Twitter this morning. What are they doing? I need to watch The Last Dance again. That was a great documentary. No kidding, D-Buck. No kidding. All right, 37.82. We're just kind of hanging out here. We got liquidity at 3,800. Not really much else below until 37.30. We'll see where we go. We'll see where we go. Currently holding no plays, no positions. What do I look for at UK close? Volatility adjustment. We're coming up on UK, which is in 6 minutes. So I'm looking for the move. How are they going to respond to UK? And I will monitor UK, which has fallen off now. German markets are dropping. ES is coming off 37.78. It's a nice little 13-point rejection. But the big thing here is the VIX. Right now, the VIX bounced right off of the day's lows. That pivot, that 27.80-ish pivot. So yeah. When taking the 3,700 put makes sense. 7.8. I mean, if you're right, yes, Damien. But those short-dated options, if you're wrong overnight, and a lot can happen over the weekend. We have 3 days. You're gonna get hurt. That's the problem. You have to be so careful taking those 1 week dated calls. That is how options players blow up their accounts. It's not necessarily day trading. It's taking those short dated options like that and holding them overnight. That's why. But when I started this community, I was like, no holding overnight. That's how I changed the game. That is how I kept myself safe. Is never holding anything overnight. Most of my losses come from holding stuff overnight. Now they're great when they pay off because you get a big move overnight, and it's great. It's wonderful. But if I'm taking taking an overnight position, I better have some pretty strong confidence, or it better be like a month out. So if I'm wrong, it's not that big of a deal. Because we've got 3 days coming up of a long weekend. This community started the last week in March of 2021. So we just hit our year mark a couple months ago. Well, we're coming up on a year and a half now. It's freaking July already. Yeah, buddy. Remove the PDT rule. The first thing I'll do if I become president. Remove PDT. I would never want to become president. Never. Nice, liminal 4 for 4. Well done. Go to fire off some Canada Day fireworks. Nice. Is today Canada Day? Or this weekend? Nice. Well, happy Canada Day. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad you took the puts. Yeah, the 100 puts. Nice. Is there a keyword I should listen for when I'm actually in a play? Yeah, me saying I'm in a play. I'll say, hey, I'm in this play, or I'm in whatever. A casino will never say hold on, they're champ. Yeah. 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 There you go, professional. Yeah, those Amazon puts were a great play. That's the stuff I love, man. That was a higher confidence play. And, that thing lagging, although it didn't quite get where I wanted it to. But it paid. It paid. I'm responding to the Discord channel as well, the Discord trading floor. Trading floor, yeah. So if you go on the Discord, on the left side of things, you'll see a channel called Trading Floor. So check that out. And that's pretty much where we hang out during the day. We have a lot of different channels, but that's one where I hang out during the actual trading session. So this could very much be what we have for the day. If we have any more breakouts, we'll look at taking plays. But UK market's now closed 10:30, 11:30 Eastern. So yeah. Do you think hedge funds have a net positive net effect on the market? I have a positive net effect? What do you mean? Explain yourself. They absolutely have. I mean, they control the markets. Institutions and hedge funds, they're the big dogs. But in terms of what do you mean by positive effects? Any consideration of zero DT call credit spread? I don't know. Let's take a look. Shoot me a DM. Most of the time, I want you to contact Mrs. OM for that stuff, but she is on the road at the moment. So shoot me a DM, and I'll see if I can check your rolls. Let me take a look at credits here for a zero. July 1st. What's the highest I can get? 38.25. It's only 40 points out. It just removed 3,800. 37.90. Yeah, I'm not taking one. 38.25 is only 40 points out. I don't know where this thing's going at all, so. Yeah, no problem, Paul. $37.83. I'll give this a few more minutes here. If we don't move, I'll hop off, and then we'll come back on for the afternoon. Or if things pick up, I'll jump back on. But things are a little cray-cray. When data gets released in the middle of the day like that, it throws things for a loop. You have to stay nimble, because obviously that was a very bearish data point. It leads me to believe we're still going to sell off into the close. But right now, I don't know. I don't think we're going to have a full-on V recovery, not when you're posting a bearish manufacturing data point like that that's affected by the economy, especially when everybody and their mom now thinks inflation's topped and CPI is going to go back down. I think it's going to go up. And if it does go up, it's really going to cause destruction. Either way, that's still 2 weeks out. Yeah, the morning and the afternoon have been, the past couple of weeks have been great for the that window. Exactly. Yeah, how it interprets, for sure. How do the bonds affect the market? Well, yep, for one, the bond market is substantially bigger than the equities market. Substantially. So when you think about the bonds, it's not just some crap bonds that your grandma gives you when you're 5 and you close it out for $30 when you're 30. I mean, that's what controls the market. Sentiment is gauged by the bonds. If you see a lot of craziness coming in the bonds, you have to figure out what's going on. If bonds are selling off while like the financials are climbing, maybe the yields are popping there and you think there's going to be rotation into the financials. Flight out of safety into risk. If you see the reverse, flight to safety. All their money's going to plug into bonds. The drawdown we saw from December until June, everything sold off. The equity sold off. The bonds sold off. Everything. And that is where nothing's safe. That's why the market dropped so much. And now the bonds found a little support at 107. We bounced from 107. I think we got to 113. Now it's 116. So definitely the bonds saw some support. They bounced hard off of 107, 108 for the biggest bull rally they've had since November of 21. Does a 6-minute rotation work? Depends who you ask. All right, big green candle here. VIX is now new low of the day. We've got liquidity at 3,800 and down, squishing into 3,790. But that's pretty much it. Low liquidity stuff. No, I'm not going to take any puts over the weekend. I may take an Amazon put over the weekend. Maybe. Most likely not, but probably not going to take anything. This may be a dumb question, but we will be streaming Monday through Friday website for the members. Yes, I stream every day for the members. Now that I've got this new computer set up, I'm now streaming with video every day for the Discord members. Ooh, that was a reversal candle. Remember that? Hey, remember that the two hammer candles I showed got reversed yesterday? There's another one right there. Big old bull buy up immediately reversed. Right now, I don't even have my brokerage up right now. I'm not trading this crap. So this is a little choppy for me. Is OM Pizzeria opening this weekend? Monday, yeah, we're having a little get together on Monday and shoot off some fireworks. And I'm going to fire up the old uni. The old uni. Come on. I'll shoot you. Yeah, let's go. Jump in the car. Let's go. Nice. Yeah, if you're having issues seeing some of the channels, I want to make sure you have the roles. So shoot me a DM. It goes down in the DMs, and I can help you. I own 2 pizza restaurants. Ooh. You own 2 pizza restaurants? Like, are they mom and pop type things, or are they like a chain store? I love me some pizza restaurants, man. Do I ever look at the industries that are likely to move? Like swing puts on IYR, ITBR, home builders, interest going up for swing plays. Not as much as I should. I'm doing so well in the SPX stuff. Now, when we go back to a more traditional market, I probably will have to start expanding my trades a little bit to some individual names because the indexes will be pretty flat. What I'll probably do is trade credit spreads on the indexes and then just trade setups like I used to do on individual names. Mother Bear's Pizza. Uh-oh. Let's take a look at that website. Everyone go to that website, Mother Bear's Pizza. Sorry, I don't want to crash your server. MotherBearsPizza.com. Let's see what you got. 10-inch Tuesday. That's what she said. Man, that looks good. Mother's Bear's Pizza. Let's go to specials. Munchie Madness. Sorry, I've been watching The Office. Munchie Madness, $14.95. Amazing. That looks delicious, man. Do you do any cooking, or is it like your recipes, or are you just financing the business? Looks delicious. Let's go to the menu. We got delicious. Delicious. That West Side Story looks amazing. Amazing. Now I'm hungry. Very cool. Yeah, I wish I was in the area, man. I love supporting local businesses, small businesses. I know how hard it is to run a business. So, but good stuff, man. Good stuff. I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah, so far, yeah. I mean, we're talking about pizza. You shouldn't be trading, for sure, for sure. 84 degrees in Connecticut right now. It's pretty hot here. We finally had some rain yesterday, so it's a little. In fact, the mayor came out and says that there's no fireworks as long as it's this dry because literally the grass was like crispy. You could like break grass in half. It was so crispy. Uh, but it rained yesterday, so fireworks are back on. It rained good yesterday. Probably still too dry. Do I base my levels of bookmap on past rejections? No. I do have a video. I've got 2 different videos on the SR levels. 2 different videos. Check them out. You can head down to the educational series videos and plot them out. They're the I'll have to get them. The dynamite levels is a good one. My wife just concurred that the uni pizza is what's for dinner tonight. Yeah, if y'all got some unis and uni recipes, hit them up in the food channel. Hit them up in the food channel. I want to see it. So I got the multi fuel. I got where you can cook with wood or gas. So I've done both. The last cook I did was with gas. Very, very convenient. Kept temperature very consistent, but it takes longer to heat up, and it doesn't get up to the good temps. It doesn't get up to like 900. So about 780, 790, 800 is about the highest I can get that thing with the propane. It did not come with it. I had to buy it separate. Yeah, I made my own dough and sauce. But it's very convenient. So if I'm cooking like 20 pizza for a bunch of people, I can just pop them in and out, bada boom, bada bing. But with the wood, it's a little more intensive. You got to keep on topping it off, and you got to wait for the smoke to clear and all that stuff. So. Oh, I got to do it. Yeah, so the new Tier 2 Zoom schedule will be released this weekend. I'll have to figure out which days I'm doing, and we'll throw that in there. So I'll be ready for that. The pizza, man, you get that up to like 850, 900. Bam. Cook the pizza in a minute. Crispy on the bottom. Delicious. And we're not moving at all. Uh-oh. Smoking some meat. I love it. Oh, yeah, I love that. So on liquidity on the book map, it looks like it's all right here. So we had the move up. If I had to guess, they knew the data. They were smoking out, getting calls, or getting the puts nice and cheap. They dumped it, and now we're just kind of V'ing up, and we're coming back to the status quo, which is 37.80. We plugged around 37.80 all through pre-market, and now we're right back to it. And now we're chopping here since 11 o'clock. So about an hour we've been here. What's my favorite cuisine? You know, I get asked that question all the time. I can't really say. I'm a food person. I love all different type of cuisines. I love Indian food. I love Spanish food. I love American food. I love hamburgers. I love pizza. I've got a little bit of northern in me and southern, so I love southern cooking. I love northern cooking. I love it all. I love steak. If I had a last meal, it would probably be a fillet with some roasted Brussels sprouts. And for dessert, I would have ice cream. If I had a last meal, that would probably be it. I love lamb. Have I tried Somali food? I actually haven't. I would like to. You need a big green egg. I've got actually, I do have a ceramic grill. It's just not a big green egg. It's a Primo, which, by the way, don't freaking get a Primo. Amazing grills, but they were since bought out by a new company, and their new company customer service sucks. So, but yeah. Does your education and content revolve around options? It does. Options and futures are the main 2 things we talk about, Pat. And I know now we're talking about food, but there's not really much going on. I went to India for work. Nice. I would love to go to India just to go eat. Yeah, I saw that as well. So very similar price action to what happened in 2008. I'm from India in the U.S. Oh, cool. Nice, noob doob. Yeah, my neighbor who is Indian, he introduced me to Indian cuisine, which is amazing. And one of the most kindest people I've ever met, man. He'll walk up to my door and just bring us like a whole thing of food. He's like, "Here, my wife made some pav bhaji." I was like, "Oh man, I'll just go to town." Like even if I'm already in the middle of making dinner, I'll just like throw away everything I've made and I'll just eat his pav. Amazing. But he's actually going to India for like 3 months. He's leaving in a couple of weeks to go there for 3 months. All right. So 3785 from East Africa, Somalia, live in the U.S. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I would love to try it. I would love to try it. Do you talk about investing with just kind of people like with just kind of people like that? I talk to investing with anybody who wants to know. I'm sure I know a lot of people at work because all I talk about is investing and stuff. Just because it's changed my life. And some people, sometimes I want to shake people and like shake them. Like, why are you still not doing this? Like, why are you not investing? So, but some people they're stuck to the grind, man. They're just their mind is caged in a box where they don't want to look for solutions. They surrendered to the idea of just working for 50 years, and that's it. Going to their job every day, which is fine. It's admirable. But if I'm going to a job every day, which I was, I'm going to look for other stuff while I'm doing it. I'm going to build a life. Yeah. I think the riskiest thing you could possibly do is to be in a career, and that is it. That is it. No additional investments, no additional grinds, no additional anything. That's it. Because what happens when that business goes under? Or what happens when we hit 2008 again? Or what happens when you get in an argument with your boss and they fire you? Or whatever it is. It's just terrible. It's just way, way too risky. And they say trading is too risky. Nah. And I understand, day trading is too risky for some. I get it. But just buy an SPY, instead of buying freaking Netflix, put a couple $100 in SPY every single month forever. Never stop. Never stop. Ooh, Jamaican jerk chicken. I love me some Jamaican jerk. Yeah. Trust me, man. Military is terrible with this. You'll get dudes that devote 30 years to military. Amazing service. Awesome dudes that kick butt, and they want their 20-year pension or their TSP, whichever they choose to do. They retire and they die. Literally, like we'll have a dude retire. We'll get an email we'll get one of those mass emails. We're sorry to report that former Master Sergeant so and so has died. Well, this dude just worked 30 years and he just retired. He didn't get to spend a dime of his retirement. He didn't get to spend any time with his family. So, it's just terrible. Anyway, I'm on my soapbox now. I'm very passionate about this subject. Personal finance is a huge passion of mine because I was so adamant about changing my life. Am I retired? I am. Well, I'm guard status, which means I only do 1 weekend a month just because I'm contractually obligated to and I love doing it. It was not a fun decision for me to step away from flying because I absolutely love my job. It was the best non-entrepreneurial job in the world, flying for the military. Got to do some really cool stuff. Absolutely. Worst day in trading is better than your best day in social work. And if you haven't already, go back and listen to the last podcast about my story because I think if you change the way you trade, what you think about trading and the way you approach it trading, it'll change for you for the better. We trade money. We treat money in the market differently than money in our daily life. If I was to come up to you and hand you $200 in cash, no matter your balance, whatever, it doesn't matter what your balance is. If I was to walk up to you right now and hand you $200 in cash, would you be happy? Would you have a great day? You go home and like, man, some dude just handed me $200 in cash. It's amazing. But if you make $200 in the market, it's like, I just made $200. Well, whatever. So if you could put things into perspective and just say, hey, the median here, I'll look it up right now. I use this, I quote this stat a lot, which I pretty much just made up. So let's see, 2022 average household income. What's the average household income right now in America in 2022? Initial estimate of 2022 is 76,000 of gross. The annual median gross income in America is $76,000. All right, so let's take a look. So the gross income is 76,000. Where'd my calculator go? So 76,000. Let's do that. Let's take 28% out for taxes and fees and all that crap. 80% of that is 60,800 divided by 12. The average complete household take-home income is $5,000.66. We'll call it even 5,000. 5,000 bucks is your total net take-home average income in America. So, divide that by 12. Divide that by 20, which is a month. 20 trading days a month. Can you make that much money a day? Depending on your balance, yeah. Anyway, big red here. I know I'm yapping, but I get passionate about this. I made $4K in one evening on a $15 account. It didn't even feel that great. Yeah, I mean, in May, I made $51,000 in one day. And my wife is like, do you realize what you just did today? I'm like, I had a good day. But you just made like almost an entire year of a family medium income in a day. So you got to put things into perspective. If you can make $200 a day, $200 a day times 20, that's $4,000 a month for $200 a day. So put things in perspective. It'll change the way you trade. Now, obviously, if you've got, depending on your balance, but heck, if you're rocking a several $100,000 balance, I could trade an incredibly low risk spread a week and clear $200 a week easy. Layup. And all I do is take that money out. It's easy if you've got that kind of balance. So anyway, little red candle here. Coming back off. Amazon's finally coming on back down. What do we got on Bookmap here? 37.60 is bottom liquidity. I really wanted to learn how to do those low risk spreads. We could do it as long as you got the balance, and we could talk more about it. But work corporate for 20 years, total waste of time. Yeah. You were right about the breakdown candle. Yeah, we're coming off 37.68. For show. XLF is breaking on back down. NASDAQ is dropping. Coming on back down. Could you explain how you hedged a call yesterday while scalping puts? Yeah. Let me give it a second here. I might take a play here in a second, and then we'll talk about it. Remind me, though. I'm looking at 37.65 puts. We're at the money at the moment. And no position, not entry, but I'm looking. I'm shopping right now. Nice, doctor. Yeah, that's a heck of a thing. I think so too. Spindrift. Hey, is that CSM? Did he change his name? I know what Spindrift is. I like it. I have a 40K balance. What can I do with that? Yeah, you can do a lot with that. 40K is a lot of money. So if you've got a certain balance, say for example you are an individual that's either you are later on in life and you've got a significant portfolio that you wanted to generate monthly income. You're not really interested in huge growth, but you want to generate income without affecting your balance, or you are managing, or you have a parent that's got that same situation that you want to manage their money for. So a very low risk option is to trade very conservative, or I'm sorry, yeah, very, very conservative. So very, very low risk spreads. Super, super duper outside the money. Maybe like 50 cents to 85-cent credits. And you just scoop up very cheap stuff. Weekly spreads that are about $1. And depending on how much money you have, you can easily generate enough money to bring in 4 or 5 grand a month. Now it does make it sound easy. It does take experience and knowledge, especially when you get directionally challenged. But it's definitely an option. And that is an income producing strategy. Yeah, covered calls is a way to do that. Definitely. Oh yeah, much better than bonds or savings. Especially when when like the VIX starts coming off and we start getting out of this environment. I mean, absolutely. Correct. Yeah, weeklies. Now you could do zeros too. I mean, this since like June, zero DTE spreads would have been beautiful. Today, zero DTE spreads would have been beautiful. So I'm not playing them today because I don't really know what's going to happen this afternoon. But that looks like we're going down to 36.70. Someone who throws 15% of their entire port in one trade is playing way too risky. Correct. Yep. Correct. I never do 15%. Why is 700,000 necessary for an easy spread for $20 a week? That's not. If I had a, if you're dealing with 700,000 in your trading, then you could easily clear more than that. Way more than that. All right, red candle. If you've got a 1K account, I would not recommend spreads. That's just not. It's just simply not big enough to trade spreads. Because I've talked about this all the time too. Like with spreads comes hedging, because the day will come. It doesn't matter how far outside you play on a weekly, you're going to get challenged, and then you need to know how to hedge. So, all right, we got 37.69 and 37.60 here. We're kind of trying to break down there, but still holding right at our current location. All right. So NASDAQ is trying to punch down a little bit here. I'm going to bring up 37.65 puts still, seeing if we can figure out an entry here. But NASDAQ just punched in a new low, at least for this current little time period. And we're trying to get down to 37.60 potentially. There we go. Little down candle. You don't understand why the VIX inspire both down. Yeah, the VIX isn't moving. It's acting very wonky at the moment. So I'm looking for a movement on the VIX. So I have Apple coming down. I've got Amazon coming down. I've got VIX coming up. I've got the NASDAQ falling. And trying to see if we can come down and punch the bottom. There we go. Bookmap says 3760. That's the bottom level on Bookmap here. NASDAQ is bringing us just a touch lower here. Just a touch. And we just broke a new low right there. When you're entering the swing puts, I'm probably not going to enter. It all depends on the close. So I just, long weekends are super sketch to hold. At this point, do you see the stock market as a video game? Nah. I respect the market too much. To consider it a video game. The market to me is freedom. I don't have this doom and gloom look that a lot of people have on the market. And I've blown up accounts. I struggle with it. I have bad days too. I get emotional too. But to me, the market is freedom. It's up to me to decide how I'm going to do that. It's my call. It's my decision. Am I going to be a jabroni and overposition and blow up? Or am I going to put so much emphasis, so much work into it that I'm going to be profitable? That's why me knowing me, I don't get all that upset on red days other than oh crap, I just missed a play. Because I know if I can just tough out the couple of hard days, my strategy, I'll go on another heater and my account will go back up. Because I know me and I know my system. How about playing the downside with a call credit spread instead of a long put? It's not a bad idea. I just, I don't trust the last hour of the day, Chris. And, we're coming up on the long weekend, so I don't know what we're going to do. Yeah, the best way to approach the market is to blame yourself. Yes and no. Yes, I mean, obviously I'm a huge proponent of extreme ownership. I just don't want people to be hard on themselves. Like, I want you to be hard enough on yourself to tell the truth, but don't sit here and be like, oh, I'm such an idiot, blah, blah, blah. So I want you to take ownership of your positions, understand why you did things, stop blaming everything on the market, and learn from it. Learn from your mistakes. But don't sit there and say, I'm an idiot, I'm stupid, I'm too dumb to do this. I'm a jabroni, trust me. I'm a window licker, and I promise you, I can do this. If I can do it, you can. That's a slang term in the military, by the way, window licker. No OPEX plays today? Yesterday was OPEX, but no. And we took a lot of different plays, which I need to post them, by the way. But yeah. What makes you choose in the money versus outside the money for puts calls? Most of the time, I'm playing outside the money, whether they're 10 to 12 bucks, 10 to 20 bucks. I sometimes play it, like right now, I'm choosing an at the money position just because I don't really know where things are going to go. At the money kind of saves you a little bit. And outside the money, if you get any kind of reverse direction, is going to completely destroy the position quickly, especially on a 0 DT position. Rarely I'll play inside the money. Rarely. but I do sometimes. The best in trading, the best returns you can get in any equity, in any vehicle, is trading an outside the money option that goes in the money and continues to go in the money. Because not only do you get the delta, but then you have the gamma really starts to come into play when those things go in the money and continue to drive in the money. And you want to talk about a big old win. I mean, that's where if you choose an outside the money contract and the price action goes to you like the direction you want, and it goes to at the money, you start seeing, all right, 30, 40, 50%, 80% gain. When it goes in the money, then it starts going 100, 150, 200%, like you start getting the big wins, especially if the move happens very quickly. So that's where I want to choose that. And if you choose an in the money contract, you're already choosing the high delta that's closer to 1. The more in the money you get on the contracts, the closer that delta gets to 1. And the closer that delta gets to 1, you might as well be trading stocks, because stocks, for all intents and purposes, are a delta of 1, although obviously stocks don't have deltas, but I'm just trying to correlate the meaning here. A delta of 1 is pretty much a stock. The price goes up 1, the premiums go up 1. That's it. Does that mean it's best to choose one strikeout set? Well, it depends on the circumstances. There are times to be aggressive with outside the money, and there's times not to be. It depends on your confidence in the direction. Wouldn't it require less capital to make more money though going with in the money contracts? No, it does require more capital. In the money contracts are going to be more expensive, so you're going to need more money to pay, if that's what you mean. But in terms of, yeah, I wasn't making the direct correlation between stocks and contracts. I'm just saying, from a delta perspective, I want you to understand in your mind what happens when you get so deep in the money that the delta goes towards 1. That's the distinction I was making. Is it better to trade vertical versus single? Well, it depends. If you're trading verticals, it depends on your strategy. Those are different things. Those are comparing apples to oranges. Do I have a hedging video? I do not. However, I do have some credit spread videos that do talk about hedging. I just don't have a dedicated hedging video. Oof. Wow. What does that come out to per gallon? So it looks like they're pinning us between 37.80 and 60 on the old BM. Heck, that ain't nothing. I've got a 32-gallon tank on my Tundra. Juice powder. Antioxidant red. Kale powder. Organic maca. Wheatgrass. Cracked cell wall chloria. Barley grass. Alfalfa grass. Broccoli powder. Interesting. Yeah, sorry, Mrs. One just put some green powder in front of me. Health powder. What time frame option is preferable when the market goes under direction? 2 weeks, 4 weeks. You talking about my swing puts? I'm looking at end of July, so roughly June 29th-ish or July 29th-ish. I was looking at getting a classic car and doing an EV conversion. Interesting. I saw a YouTube video of a dude that bought a Tesla and converted it to gas. I'm currently in no positions right now. Moon trades. What time does the market close today? Market closed normal time today. The bond market does close at 2 p.m. Eastern, though, but everything else is still open. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to call that a morning. It is 11 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock Eastern. I think everything. I think even the futures is closed on Monday. Hold on. Let me look. No. Yeah. So futures market will be open on Monday. They'll open normal time Sunday night, but they'll close on 1 p.m. Eastern time. Everything else is closed on Monday. Stock options and bond market is closed on Monday. You can trade futures though if you're so inclined. I will not. I will be eating pizza, swimming, and shooting off fireworks. So. What's the best way to hedge against rising fuel prices for a trucking company? Futures. That's these big corporations, they're trading energy futures to hedge their prices and to lock in their prices. But one of the problems that we've had the past 6 months is that these big companies, including airlines, don't really have any good forward-looking guidance, so they're unable to lock in those prices with the futures. And that's one of the bigger issues we're having in the market right now. But that's a large question. I don't have any one single video, Golden Snake. I'm a snake. But I have a lot of different videos that kind of outline each individual one, kind of dives into what I do and what I think. So. All right, y'all. I'm going to call that a morning. I'll hop on here for the afternoon. I don't anticipate too much action. Probably going to stuck between 80 and 60 for the rest of the day. But I'll hop on here for the afternoon and we'll do some trading. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. If you are new, post your questions in the room or DM me or Mrs. OM. If you are in the YouTube and you want to join the community, check out the link in the description. You could go to the Discord, or you could sign up for the website at theoptionsmillionaire.com. And that'll get you access. It's been a fantastic day. About a 60% win on Amazon, 150% win on SPX puts. I'll post those trades, screenshots in there so you can see the entrance and exits and entrances. But yeah, I will see you all later this afternoon. I'm out. So you.